Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Now, I had a few of you ask me what are some of the gardening channels that I look at. I look at a whole lot of them, okay? But the main ones that I love is Charles Dowding and Self-Sufficient Me. Then Growing Your Greens as well. I love looking at those channels. Those are my three favorites, but there are so many that I look at depending on whatever it is I'm researching, like how to improve your soil or how to do this or how to do that. But the ones that I enjoy looking at because of their formats and how they explain things and how they actually educate you on the process would be Growing Your Greens, Self-Sufficient Me, and Charles Dowding. Now, right now we have just a gentle rain falling, just kind of drizzling, just a drip. And so we were already out here working. We don't usually scurry inside if we see a little bit of rain. Now, if it starts to downpour, that's different. But as I was out here, I was noticing that some of the things that we just planted in our hay bales just 2 or 3 days ago are already sprouting. We put asparagus beans here and over there so that they can climb up this trellis that we created here with cattle panels. And so you see the asparagus beans with all the rain that we've had that's really soaked down into the soil and to the the hay bales. And this is what we see happening. Now, along this stretch here, this is not asparagus beans. These are actually green beans or bush beans. And so, as you see, these have sprouted as well. Also on the other side there, the same thing. Now, in this midsection here, we have corn. Those are starting to come in well. We planted corn in at three different times, different areas. And so this is just some late corn that we planted. I wanted to see how it worked out in the straw bales. I keep saying straw bales. These are hay bales, hay bales, hay bales. There is a difference. There is a difference. But on this side here, we have various herbs, okay? Various herbs. And we literally just planted these like 2 days ago. And so we have sweet basil, we have cress, we have thyme or thyme, however you want to pronounce it, arugula. We have a couple of different kinds of basil. We have oregano, rosemary, hibiscus, fennel. And then over here we have some mustard greens. Okay. And right here, these are some of our bell pepper plants. We actually had these growing in containers, and we just transplanted them over here to see how well they do in the hay bales. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get closer so that you can see the sprouts. We actually planted these mustard seeds a day after we planted the others, but as you see, they are already coming in. You can see the seedlings coming through very clearly. Okay. This as well. These. Some you see coming through a lot more than others, but this is literally things we just planted within the past 3 days, and these are the results. Some things grow a lot faster, some things germinate slower but grow fast. So you just kind of have to monitor everything and see what needs to be done. I don't know if you can see these, but we planted sage right there, but it's still very early for those. And so overall, so far so good on the hay bale garden experiment. If this goes well, we would like to get some more. The source where we found our hay bales, they are an organic source, and they had over 1,000 available. So not knowing how quickly they move we will definitely have to get back and get some more. We started off with almost 60 hay bales, some for the animals and some for this little experiment here. Yah willing, as the week progresses, we may go ahead and get more. We had to travel quite a distance to get them, and so this is definitely a trip we have to plan for. And we're hoping to put some more in this space right here. I'm not one who really just absolutely loves grass. I like the way it looks when it's cut and all that, but I would rather grow food than grow grass. One gardener I heard years ago say that grass is nothing but organized chaos, because you're not growing something that you could sustain yourself with. You see, you're just basically growing something for looks. And so I'd rather have food in this space, and our thinking is that we may put a hoop-style greenhouse in this space and also utilize the straw bales within the interiors of the greenhouse. And so, unlike any time before, we've always taken growing our own food very seriously, but unlike any time before, we really want to encourage our people to do this, and we are even encouraging ourselves to get more involved in doing this, because we would like to be able to sustain ourselves with the food that we grow. And not knowing how the economy is going to pan out in the coming months, we must prepare ourselves. Right now, I'm keeping away from my husband and them right now for the moment. They are over there chopping off the heads of some of those roosters finally. And I really don't like to see it, but I guess I do have to get used to even that, you know. I'm not sure if I will ever be able to participate in chopping off the heads and doing all of that, but maybe I should just go in that direction and just see if I could just take a peek. Just take a quick peek, because I'm not the kind to want to hurt animals. I remember one time I hurt a chicken, and it was by mistake. She was actually injured by another bird. She had gotten beat up real bad by another one of the birds, and so her little eye was hurt. And when I saw that it was hurt, I tried to put a little peroxide on to kind of clean it out, and she started crying and yelling so loud, and I started crying because I said, "I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to hurt you," you know. And so I'm one of those I'm from the city, okay? I'm a city girl who's now a country girl, so I got to get used to those sorts of things. And so when I heard that poor chicken trying to help her clean the wound out, that just really bothered me. So I'm not sure when I will be ready for cutting off heads. Not sure when, but maybe I'll have to work my way up to that. But anyway, I think I'm going to walk in this direction and see what I can see. I know there's not anything I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to see what I can see and see if I can take it. I want to see if I can take it. Not sure if I can, but maybe I'll let you know at some time. Or maybe it'll show up in a video. We'll see. Okay, family. With that, I'll say shalom.